Thanks very much. Yes. So before I start, I'd just like to share a little bit about my background. So I'm one of the rare few Singaporean, born and bred Singaporeans who have done public sectors, private sectors, and also social enterprise. Yes. My day job is in the financial institutions. I run a heavily regulated sustainability fund. This is my 5th fund already. It's over my last 4 funds, I have 4 deep tech unicorns. We have made a lot of money, but making money without impacts is pretty meaningless. Along the way, I only realized that, yes. But deep in my heart, way back when I first started as an engineer, here in Singapore, I'm already a sustainability champion. But at that time, I am just a poor engineer. Yeah, we try to save the world by keeping buildings like this more energy efficient. Right. I remember my first boss telling me, Edward, this 100,000, I'm not going to cut you a check because you're going to affect my bottom line. This is exactly what they have told me. And honestly, I have a shock. Yes, being an engineer, I'm not business trained. I don't have business acumen. I realize this is a problem. Hopefully, in future, I can solve. Yes, this is way back in 30 years ago. So I took a lot of courses. I've worked very hard, and right now I'm sitting on the board in SGX, in one of the listed companies, who is making again a few $100 million. I'm very happy to say that we are also pushing ESG through entities. And what I really enjoy most is really giving back. Yeah, so I'm associate professors in 4 different universities, including Oxford, NUS, and NTUs. And I do a lot of green financings, knowledge sharing. UN SDG Goals 4 is one of my favorites. But at the same time, I'm also the fellow at the Singapore Center for Social Enterprise. So every year we will give free valuation. Even during the COVID, over Zoom, we will train up our social enterprise and we'll try to find money for them. Yes, because E, S, and G, everyone is so difficult. Everyone is so difficult. We have so many conversations. Yeah, should it be SEG or GES? Why do we always have to have E in front? Yeah. So I make a joke, here in Singapore, we always like makan and makan and makan. So E means to eat, right? So let's eat first. Let's survive. The S is let's survive first. And then G is, then let's go and do good together. So it's with this background that I'd like to share a bit of background prior to the few esteemed panels that we have today. Yeah. As a professor in sustainability based in Singapore, I have witnessed firsthand the transformative power for the green finance in driving the sustainable development. So I would like to share a bit of overview of what Singapore Green Finance Commitment is to date, so that we can bring everyone on board. And then second, also to give a bit of updates on one of the hottest things out there right now in the area of green finance, which is the Financing Asia Transition Partnership. FAST-P for short. And we will also share a little bit about what MAS latest announcements at the COP29. And I think first and foremost, Singapore has already emerged as a global leader in green finance, contrary to what a lot of people are thinking about. And it all started just a while back when we have the Singapore Green Plan 2030. It's a comprehensive strategy that outlines our nation's roadmaps towards sustainable developments. And it actually covers very ambitious targets. Net zero emission by 2050. And then also greening 80% of our buildings by 2030. It's amazing targets. And one of the key pillars, while we are driving this Singapore Green Plan, is actually green finance strategy. And this green finance strategy, the underpinning behind the whole thing is the issuance of green bonds. Singapore government has publicly committed to issuing up to 35 billion Singapore dollars of green bonds by 2030. And these bonds are meant to design to finance projects that will contribute to environmental sustainability, including renewable energies, energy efficiencies, and sustainable water management, among others. And the best thing about this issuance of such bonds is not only it just supports Singapore decarbonization efforts, but it also set a benchmark. It's a great benchmark for corporates, companies, MNC listeds, both local and foreign, to come on board onto the corporate green bond markets. And we have managed to help to attract a lot of green issuers as well as investors into this region. The traditional green finance marketplace is not here in Asia. It is in Europe, it is in US. But I think Singapore have done quite a fair bit on that. And the MAS, Monetary Authority of Singapore, has played a pivotal role in this. They have introduced a few initiatives. Just allow me just to run by this for the sake of comprehensively. Green Finance Action Plan, and also Finance for Net Zero Action Plans. So some of these initiatives have actually helped to enhance the financial sectors as a whole. It allows us to be more resilient to environmental risks, allows us to develop green financial solutions, and also harness technology that will enable a more efficient, sustainable finance flow. Not only that, MAS have also launched funding schemes, which is very important because many of the sustainable ventures do not have enough funds. And green bonds grants, green and sustainable loan grants are all here. And these schemes actually encourage a lot of issuers to obtain green certifications. So I serve on the International Capital Market Association, ICMA, who is actually the standard barriers for sustainability loans. And we have seen quite a fair bit of challenges encouraging issuers to come on board. Another positive initiative was this FAST-P, Financing Asia Transition Partnerships. So this is actually quite a groundbreaking initiative. It helps to mobilize capital for sustainable infrastructures all across Asia itself. So it's launched by Temasek, MAS, and other partners. And it actually helps to address the climate finance gaps that is right now happening by deploying blended finance to support some of these green projects. Panda Green has been Panda Green Capital. It is a sustainable infrastructure debt financing company established a while back by HSBC and Temasek, was appointed to manage this FAST-P green investment partnerships. And this partnership aims to deploy about $1 billion to finance projects in sectors such as renewable energy, electric vehicle infrastructures, and sustainable transport. All these of which Singapore's have a lot of use cases, as well as here in ASEAN and Asia. And this initiative is expected to mobilize and leverage up to $5 billion in total, leveraging on contribution not only from just the private sectors, but also public sectors, as well as many of the philanthropic partners. So it's really a PPP. It's a 4P. It's not a 3P. It's 4 Ps. And personally, I'm very bullish about the FAST-P because I think this is really a big steps that Singapore's and the regulators are actually pushing forward. And we need all the private sectors as well as the philanthropic companies, partners to come on board in this. FAST-P allows, is groundbreaking by providing concessional capital and then crowding in all these commercial investments. FAST-P allows us to make very good decisions. It allows marginally bankable projects viable. Because many of the projects right now, prior to this, is not bankable. Bankers, people with money, simply don't think that these are the projects they need to do. I totally understand them. Half of me is all in US dollars. Yeah, you ask me whether this is helping people and otherwise, you know, the part of me that is thinking numbers was saying, are you making money? Can I get my money back? Yeah. But the other part of me, right, the one that cared about the people, the one that cared about the environment, the one that cared about the community, we were saying, right, even if you don't make money, can you still do it? Not possible. It's really not possible. So I think having this fast piece really helps to do that bridge. Yes. So at COP29 right now, MAS just made an important announcement. I think one of the key highlights that I'd like to highlight for everyone is the Singapore public commitment of up to 500 million US dollar in concessional fundings to support this fast P. Fantastic. Yes, 500 million, of course, across 389 billion that we need every year is still nothing, but it is a seed. Yes, 500 million coming from just a country of 3 to 4 billion people with no natural resources is a statement. Yes, it doesn't mean that we are rich. It just means that we want to do something that is socially responsible. And we can still get rich. Maybe not as rich. So hopefully this funding will be matched by contribution by other partners. And then we can create a more substantial pool of capital to help the whole region transit into the green finance. And MAS also emphasized the importance of blended finance, because this cannot be a one-trick pony. It has to be multiple folds. And blended finance is really adequate and effective to address the financing needs of some of those hard-to-abate sectors and support the adoptions of cleaner technologies that requires a lot of venture capitals, high-risk capital per se. And another part of the area, which is the industrial transformation infrastructure debt program, actually provides debt financing to public sectors, borrowers that help to decarbonize their operations. And this initiative helps to catalyze additional concessionals and commercial capitals, bring them on board to support projects to contribute to the region net zero goals. So looking ahead, I think MAS priorities will include a few of the areas. Number one, they are looking to scale up heavily on the use of blended finance. Fantastic. Number two, they're also trying to protect the resilience of the financial sectors, right? Because financial sectors, we cannot afford to take too much risk. If we all die, all of us will have no more money left. So we have to ensure that the financial sector remain resilient. And number three, is also to adopt a very open and innovative environment to encourage innovations in green financial products, which is all so new. And last but not least, MAS is also very much focused on building knowledge and capabilities. I've supported MAS on a few of these educational partnerships in the different universities that I've educated. And they have initiatives such as Singapore Green Finance Center, as well as the Sustainable and Green Finance Institutes. So all these are really great for us to build more generation of people who understand about sustainable finance, not just making money, but making money and making impact and caring for the communities. I think all these efforts are really great for positioning Singapore for the green environments. And I would like to end by saying that actually Singapore commitments to the green finance is a testament for the entire country's dedication to sustainability. And we hope and we aim and we aspire to continue the role to be a global leader in this field. And with initiatives like Singapore Green Plan, FAST, and all the funding schemes, and I'm very positive there's going to be a lot more, we can continue to innovate, we can continue to collaborate, and we can overcome the challenge of climate change together. And together, we can build a low-carbon, resilient economy that will help all of us in many, many years to come. Thank you very much.